Okay, so for 911 dispatchers, they get a stork pin every time they successfully help deliver a baby over the phone. It's a way to celebrate that birth. But not every dispatcher picks up a call like this and gets one of these pins. But for one Ada County dispatcher, well, he seems to be the baby magnet. Aspen Shumpert caught up with him about his most recent miracle delivery.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Tim Simmonds has been a 911 dispatcher for over 30 years. He took the job after an injury in the military forced him to get a sit-down job.
In 911, every time something happens, you just have to figure out how to roll with it until the help gets there.
The initial first responders when a 911 call comes in. They're delegating their response and deciding what to do in a number of highly stressful situations.
You go from 0 to 110 instantly, and then back to 0 with the reports. It's constantly back and forth. There's days you go home and you're just shaking from what you've been through. On a bad day, keep to myself, talk to the dog.
But not every day is a bad day. June 7th was a day Simmonds got to file away in his memory bank.
It was early in the morning.
The voice behind the call, a Kuna area father.
He said, we're not going to make it to the hospital. We're having a baby, and I think it's going to come right now.
Simmonds got the EMTs started.
I could hear his wife in the background. She was obviously having contractions.
He walked them through delivery protocols.
Right here in section 6, where it says, as you're delivering the baby, support the baby's head and shoulders and hold its hips and legs firmly, and remember, the baby's going to be slippery.
All before paramedics could get there. A miracle.
Right as that baby came out and we heard it cry for the first time, he started to break down just a little bit. I could hear it in his voice. And then he came right back with me as I'm talking to him, and I'm telling him, now tell your wife she's doing a good job. And in this case, the firemen walk in and they say, okay, what's going on? And he goes, oh, we just had a baby. And I hear them say, already?
This was the 6th baby Simmonds had delivered over the course of his dispatch career.
These kind of calls are like the highlight. They're amazing when it all goes well and you hear that baby cry at the end. And
before saying goodbye to the couple that day, Simmonds wanted to know one last thing.
He told me it was a boy, and I said, well, congratulations. And tell your wife I said, congratulations. I disconnect, and then I'm just like, deep breath. Okay.
Now, these 6 babies he's delivered over the phone is not only the time he's done this. Simmonds shared with us he's actually been on the other side of the same situation and hand-delivered his own daughter and her son, his grandson, Brian.
What?
Yeah.
Like not just dispatch where that just kind of fluke random phone call, but he's been there for the delivery of, really?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so what about the couple that called in? I'm sure they didn't have to do this before. I mean, this was unique to them, but this wasn't their first kid?
That's right. This was actually their second, and that's part of the protocol that Simmonds had to ask. Is this your first or your second? Because that's going to affect the time on how quickly the baby comes.
True.
So this was their second.
This was their second. All right. Thank you very much, Aspen.